This is Sherry Saltis with Service Dogs Inc. We are about to go live with our Monday issue of Quarantrain Your Dog. We have a great lineup for you today. We're just getting people, giving them a chance to get tuned in and get comfortable with their dog. Hi, Tanya. Tanya is one of our graduates, and her service dog's name is Herman, and we are always excited to have Tanya with us. So right now, what we're going to be learning today is how our trainers teach our dogs to open doors that have automatic door buttons like the one you can see to the lower right of our logo, and Jane Delano will be teaching us that. Hi, Tanya. And later, Susan Ramsbottom, who's our senior trainer, will be showing us some things you can do with your pet dog, which is going to include some impulse control. And does your dog really like the way you're petting it? We all think that our dogs do, but do they really? And some of your family members are spending a lot more time at home with your dogs. So this is a subtle way to give them feedback on whether their dog really likes the way they're petting it without hurting anybody's feelings, because dogs don't lie. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and Jane is going to show us a wonderful behavior we use all the time with service dog Skywalker.
Hi, I'm Jane Delano. Thank you for joining us today for this episode of Quarantrain Your Dog. Really appreciate everybody and all of the views. So this is Sky. We've featured him in a couple other of our videos. And as Sherry was saying, today we will be demonstrating the door push button. And one way that we start this behavior is actually very similar to the episode where Becky showed an alert behavior. So we use a target, as you can see on the door, and we train them to touch that target before it ever goes on the button. And we typically will use something like this right here to elevate so that the dog isn't having to jump initially to touch the button, but rather can comfortably be up a little more on its level. And Sky is a pro at this behavior, so we'll show you a little bit of some of the starting steps with it and then the finished behavior. Okay. Step. Push. Push. You got it. Okay. Close. So we'll actually remove this since he's a little beyond that right now as well. Okay? Okay?
So as you guys can see, we never punish a dog if it doesn't do exactly what we want. We rethink the dog and try to figure out a way that we can set the dog up for success. So this time Jane has taken away that footstool to see if that helps with the criterion of, I guess, what would you call it, how strong the dog is doing the behavior, because he's touching it, but we want him to touch it with more force.
So we're looking for him to not just jump up and scrape at the door, so I'm just resetting him again. Okay. Push. Yes, much better, buddy. Nice.
So Jane, where are all the places that clients can use this behavior?
So a lot of shopping centers have push buttons. We can actually also apply this method to elevator buttons, things like that. You know, oftentimes they are lower, but as you see with some of them, they can be a little bit higher.
I want to welcome one of our wonderful board members.
Yes, good boy.
Fantastic.
Nice. Nice.
So Jane, do you think dogs have fun doing this behavior?
They definitely do. So like I was saying before, we always start with a push behavior that they do separate from this so that we can really get it under control, because it's very exciting for a lot of dogs to jump up. We work a lot with them on not just jumping up off cue and things like that so that it doesn't transfer to other areas of their life. But it's a really fun one for a lot of them, and Sky really enjoys it. So
Fantastic, thank you.
yes. Good job, buddy. All right, and I think we are going to go ahead and pass over to Susan, who's going to be going over how to have your dog learn to say please.
Fantastic. I can't get through the door because I'm holding the camera, so could Sky open the door for us?
Yes, you can. Yay! Good job, buddy.
Yay, Sky. Thank you, Jane.
Yeah.
All right, this is the lobby of our training building, and here.
Say please. Okay, so this is Avery, and what we're going to do is I'm going to do a little impulse control exercise. Why is this important? You don't want dogs grabbing food out of your hand, grabbing toys out of your hand, and this is how we can do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a piece of food, and I'm going to have it in my fist, and I'm going to bring it down so it's the shoulder width away from between the dog's nose and my hand, and I'm going to bring it down all the way to the dog's nose level. A lot of people keep it up high. I want him to give my dog a choice. So I'm going to start with this. There's two things we can do if she does decide to go for it. So Avery, look what I've got. Okay, so she goes for it. She's kind of, this goes really, really fast. We're going to impress friends and family how fast this works. So if I bring my hand down and say she's mugging for it, she just decided not to do that. Okay, there's two things you can do here. I can either wait until she finishes, yes, and then bring the treat to her nose. Anytime she comes for it, I have the right to bring my hand away and start over. So the way she says please is by backing away. I'm not going to yell at her. I'm not going to tell her leave it. It's her choice to leave it. Another way I'm going to do this, when I especially find effective, is I'm going to bring my hand down, and if she does not go for it for a second, I'm going to say yes and put the treat all the way to her nose. Okay. An added benefit to this that's going to happen in a moment, she'll look me in the eyes like, may I please have that? Yes. Okay, she's giving a little eye look with her eyebrows. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to now increase, I'm going to give her choices of several. I want her to see that I have a handful of these. Okay, if she chooses not to go, now I'm going to bring her one to her nose. Good girl. She goes, oh my gosh, I would love to have that. Yes, she kind of looked up at me. So now I'm going to bring it all the way to her. Okay, the next step we're going to do is put it in a bowl. And same thing, oh, she decided to go for it. So what I like to do is bring my hand or my bowl away and let her start over again. So when she finds out, if I go towards it, it goes away. If I back up, there's a chance I might get it. Oh my goodness, that was good. That's good learning. I love it when they do this because they're learning a lot. Say, I made that happen. Okay, so now she's staying away. If she doesn't go for it, I'm going to give her one. Yes. Another thing I can do is if she goes for it, I'm simply going to block it. I'm not going to yell at her. I'm not going to jerk her away. I'm not going to block her path. Yes. So are those actions? Yes. She's learning that if I stay back, there's a good chance I'm going to have some of that yummy stuff.
And Susan, she doesn't look stressed. She just looks more curious.
Her tail is wagging. She says, this is kind of a fun game. It's amazing how quickly dogs learn this. So the consequence, again, is if she goes for it, either it goes away or I move it. Okay, now we're going down to the floor level. So I'm going to either block it. So now I'm going to go back to that way where I'm going to wait until she stops and moves away. Yes. Good job. And give her one. Good girl. She's more persistent this way, isn't she? Yes. Yes. Now, at home, I would actually do each of these steps many more times. I'm going to go through it quickly right now for you. Okay, another thing I can do is ask her to do something. Avery, sit. Good job. She did something. Yes. Treat. So you can see how she's in a way having to ask permission. Good. Sit. Excellent. Yes. Treat. Good girl. I'm bringing it to her. Over time, she's not ready for this one yet, but over time I can leave this open, nothing over the top. I can ask her to do a number of things. When she looks at me, yes, and I have the choice to go over and give her one piece. Good job. Okay, so you can see actually where this also applies if we're going out doorways. If I'm letting her out of a crate, I want them to wait, look me in the eye, ask permission, Yes, may I? And then we allow them to do those things. Same thing for playing with toys and many things. This can be so important. So she actually, you can see she enjoyed that. So one of the rewards I can also do later when we're done is give her a big hug and say, oh my gosh, wasn't that great? Now, did you see what she did? When I went to hug her, she kind of went, I'm not so sure if I like that. I think the human liked that, but I'm not sure I like that. So I have a question for you. Do you really know if your dog enjoys all its petting that you give it? Sometimes I think we do it for us, but ask your dog, did you really enjoy that? So we're going to talk. What a lot of people like to do is they like to pat him on the side. And so right now she's kind of saying, I'm not so sure if I like that. One thing that dogs will do is when you get done, they may either shake it off and they might walk away. I would like to know that my dog enjoyed it so much you lean into me. So one thing I know about Avery, she likes to be what I call tickled. Avery, she goes, did you like that? Yeah, good girl. She's kind of leaning into it. She actually wants those hot dogs again. Okay, another thing I can do is pet dogs slowly. This is really hard for a lot of people, believe it or not. I ask people to pet them slow and they go like this. So can your dog, I like to add a little massage in there. And good job. Good, her tail's starting to wag. That's very nice. Interestingly enough, even though many of us do that, what a lot of dogs really don't care for is petting them on the top of their head. I think one thing, especially when they see this hand come at them and it's kind of looming and here it comes and we pet them like this, that actually is not that interesting. It's rather uncomfortable. What a good girl. Now, if I like to pet them slowly and all over their whole body. Sometimes I stand up like that, just like that. And talk to her. What a good girl you are. What a good girl. Now her tail's starting to wag a little bit. Avery, what a good girl. What a good girl. They like it when behind their ears. What a good girl. I like it when they come towards you when you get done. Avery, good job. What a good girl. Oh, I think she said she liked that. So experiment with your dog and see what your dog really likes, and really watch them. What do they really like? Do they come towards you or they move away when you're done? We hope you enjoyed some of this, our quarantine trainings today. You saw some of our specialized behaviors and how to teach your dog to say please. We hope you'll join us again. And if you'll look at that little, if you liked it a lot, go ahead and push that donation button, and we really love that. And so would Avery. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.